It's another edition of the Purple Row Sim, this time between the Rockies Team USA and the Rockies Team World. Rosters coming to you live from Coors Field in Colorado. Skylar Timmons of Purple Row here calling the action for you. Once again, as we have a best of five World Baseball Classic type of situation here. So Team World will be portrayed by the Mariners, and Team USA will be represented by the traditional Colorado Rockies, as Ubaldo Jimenez will take the mound first for Team World. So the slab here in game number one is Charlie Blackmon, the leadoff batter, will foul that one off. And we're underway here at Coors Field. So for the purpose of this simulation, Team World will be the home team for the whole series, just for the sake of us having a designated hitter, as Blackmon ropes this one into right field, but right at Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, for out number one. So we're going to look here at the starting nine for the Team USA. Charlie Blackmon, then Trevor Story will be the DH. Nolan Arenado, then Todd Helton, Dante Bichette, Matt Holliday, Troy Tulowitzki, DJ LeMahieu, and Chris Iannetta will fill out the 9 slot and do the catching in this one, as Story, the designated hitter, will stand in. First pitch curveball misses low from Jimenez. 1-0. Ubaldo Jimenez, native out of the Dominican Republic. Here's the 1-0 to Story. Got a piece of that one. 1-1. 49 degrees, clear skies here at Coors Field. Beautiful evening for some baseball. A little bit on the chilly end. Here's the 1-1 from Jimenez. That fastball runs inside, 2-1. Ubaldo Jimenez out of the Dominican Republic. Big swing and a miss, 2-2 on Story. Spent the first 6 years of his career in Colorado. Check swing, and no swing, says the first base umpire. Runs the count full on Trevor Story, the Texas native. Here's the 3-2. Big swing and a miss. Got him with the curveball. And Ubaldo Jimenez has got his first strikeout of the game. Jimenez with the drop and whips the hook across. Story, no chance. Way out in front of that one. Was expecting the fastball. So 2 away for Nolan Arenado. Rockies third baseman for Team USA. Gets a piece of this one, sends it out deep to right field, but Larry Walker gathers it in no problem. So 3 up, 3 down to start the game for Team USA, as Ubaldo Jimenez sits in the captain's chair now into the bottom of the first. No score. Team World coming up. Aaron Cook will take the mound here in game one for Team USA. Aaron Cook, a native out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Pitched in Colorado for 10 years of his 11-year career. Spent the 2012 season with Boston. And he'll face Willie Taveras, the Dominican Republic native. We'll lead things off here for Team World. First pitch from Cook misses outside with a cutter, ball 1. Aaron Cook, 72-68 in his career in Colorado. 4.53 ERA out of 238 games pitched. Here's the 1-0 to Taveras. Went with the curveball and hung it outside, 2-0. He was an all-star in 2008. Never was quite the shutdown pitcher that they had hoped for, but still durable, as Willie Taveras starts things off for Team World with a liner back up the middle for a leadoff single. Fell behind 2-0. Changeup left over the heart of the plate, and Tavares, good bat action, smokes it back up the middle. So runner at first, nobody out for Kaz Matsui. Throw on to first, nothing doing. As Tavares is back easily. Another throw over. Tavares stays put. Another throw over. Still nothing doing here. Tavares continues to play on the mind of Aaron Cook. Slide step, runner takes off for second. A called strike to throw down, not in time. Willie Tavares, that blinding speed, hit 20 miles per hour. And despite a quick pop-up time from Chris Iannetta, Tavares moves into scoring position. 0-1 to Matsui. Grounder to first. It gets down the line. Tavares will score easily. Matsui will stop at first as Dante Bichette will fire it in. And just like that, Team World takes a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Again, a sinker left over the middle of the plate. Matsui out on his front foot just a bit. Manages to dribble it past Todd Helton at first base, and that'll bring up Andres Galarraga. Man aboard, nobody out here in the first inning, and a go-ahead strike here for Aaron Cook. Takes charge, 0-1 in the count. Aaron Cook, best season, probably 2008, when he was an all-star. Pitch out, and that'll leave the count at 1. Went 16-9 that year with a 3.96 ERA in 32 starts. Pitched 211 innings that season. 1-1 pitch. Matsui takes off for second to throw down, and they got him. Matsui trying to move up, but Chris Iannetta gets his man this time. Pitch down over the heart of the plate, just below the knees, and a good pickup transition for Chris Iannetta. So 1 away, nobody on now. 2-1 the count on Galarraga, the slugging Venezuelan. Jams him inside, pops it up, and Iannetta's there to make the catch. 2 away. Job of pitching there by Aaron Cook, managing to navigate past Galarraga. Starting 9 for Team World. Tavares, Matsui, Galarraga, then Larry Walker, Vinny Castilla, Carlos Gonzalez, Justin Morneau will do the DH. Neifi Perez over at short, and Yorvi Torrealba is doing the catching for Team World. So in steps in the British Columbia native, Larry Walker, as he gets a hold of that one but ropes it foul. Larry Walker recently inducted into the Hall of Fame after being elected for the class of 2020. He was finally inducted in 2021 as Cook evens the count 1-1. Larry Walker had his number retired by Colorado back in September 2021. Just the second number that the Rockies have retired, in addition to number 42. And this one is blasted deep to right field. Walker got all of that one, and it is gone. Solo shot for Larry Walker, 442 feet. And Team World tacks on another one. They lead 2-0. That one was absolutely blasted. No doubter by the Hall of Famer. Rockies fans are used to this. Another pitch over the heart of the plate. Walker knew it was gone. Cook knew it was gone. 101.9 miles per hour off the bat. Lands in that second deck above the out-of-town scoreboard. Now bring in Vinny Castillo with 2 outs. Team World leading 2-0. This one's blasted out to deep left field. Holiday back to the wall, and he's going to watch this one sail on out of here. Back to back, Vinny Castilla and Larry Walker. They've done that a time or two in their career. As the Blake Street Bombers have arrived here at Coors Field. First pitch swinging by Vinny Castilla, fastball over the plate. Belt high, and just got enough of it to deposit it in left field, 404 feet. Not as hard off the bat, but still good enough for the solo home run. 3-0. They lead it as Carlos Gonzalez, the little pony, steps up to the plate. Gonzalez out of Venezuela, along with Galarraga. Here's the 0-1 to Cargo. Out in front of that sinker, 0-2. Cook trying to get out of the inning without any further damage. And he'll get a piece of that one to foul it away. 0-2. Well, just the immense power you see from Larry Walker and Vinny Castilla. Those balls were absolutely blasted. And here's another guy who can blast one. Cargo sent more of the laser beam home runs. This one's sent through the deep hole and gets through into left field for a base hit. So another 2-out base knock for Team World. They've got another runner on here. Sinker on the outside corner. Good spot. Cargo, good bat extension. Gets the barrel to it. Slap it to the other way. It's 2 outs, man at first. Justin Morneau, the DH, will stand in now. As it goes with the cutter, misses outside. Justin Morneau out of Canada. Another British Columbia native, I believe. One of the admirers of Larry Walker. Pitch misses low, 2-0. Or Justin Morneau out of New Westminster, Canada, in the British Columbia area. The 2-0 to Morneau. Misses, 3-0. Morneau spent 2014 and 2015 with the Rockies. After spending the majority of his career in Minnesota, had a bit of a resurgence in 2014. It's a called strike there, 3-1. Won the batting title that year. Really a good successor to Todd Helton in that first season since his retirement. Another whiff at that fastball at the knees. Runs it full with 2 outs. Cargo will be off with the pitch. A comebacker to the mound. Cook's got it. Takes his time on to first, and that'll end the inning. So Aaron Cook finally gets out of the inning, but not before Team World puts up 3 runs on 5 hits, including a back-to-back jacks by Larry Walker and Vinny Castilla. We head to the second. Todd Helton will lead things off for Team USA here in the top of the second. Todd Helton out of Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee. As Ubaldo Jimenez winds and deals, and he'll get a called strike here with the slider at the knees. Todd Helton spent all 17 seasons of his career in Colorado, being drafted by the team. Being drafted in the 1995 draft out of the University of Tennessee. And he'll go down on 3 pitches as he swings through that fastball. So Jimenez with his second strikeout victim, blowing the heat right by the future Hall of Famer Todd Helton. And there's one away to start off the second inning. Dante Bichette will stand in. First pitch to Bichette, called strike on the outside corner with the curveball. Ubaldo Jimenez establishing that curveball usage along with that two-seamer. Those are going to be his two primary weapons going through this game. Here's the 0-1. Big hack there by Dante Bichette, but he comes up empty, 0-2. Dante Bichette coming out of Florida. Another member of those Blake Street Bombers. Pitch misses 1-2. Traded to the Rockies for their inaugural 1993 season. Then was an All-Star from 1994 through 1996 and another one in 98. Gets a piece of that one fouled away. 1994 led the league with 116 games, 484 at-bats. Test season, but then 95 put in a case for the All-Star for a MVP bid. Led the league in hits with 197, 40 home runs, 128 RBIs. Those all led the league as he swings and misses at the slider out of the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Jimenez. Here to start off the second. They'll bring up the left fielder, Matt Holliday. Trying to get something going here against Ubaldo Jimenez, his former teammate. But Dante Bichette, league-leading .620 slugging. Had a .340 average, .984 OPS. Came in second in the MVP voting just because they felt the defense mattered more of the eventual MVP winner. Still a fabulous career in Colorado for Bichette. Here's the 1-1 to Holliday. Big swing and a miss outside with the changeup. 1-2. Ubaldo Jimenez just blowing it past the Team USA hitters. Pulling the string. Great sequencing. Wouldn't be surprised to see another breaking ball down and away. The pitch. And the slider did go down and away. 2-2. I bust him inside, but sets up outside and got him to chase it. 3 up, 3 down for Jimenez. All of them strikeouts as he strikes out the side. Fastball to Helton. The slider to Bichette. And another slider to Holliday. And Team World leads this one 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Ubaldo Jimenez locked and loaded. Shortstop Navy Perez will lead things off for Team World. Navy Perez, the inaugural shortstop for the Rockies. His first pitch misses 1-0. If you're Aaron Cook, you want to have a nice bounce-back inning here as this one's blooped into left field. That'll drop for a base hit. If your Perez sends it the other way out of the Dominican Republic. I gotta correct myself. Navy Perez, the shortstop from 96 until 2001, and then they traded him over to the Kansas City Royals. Had a fabulous career in Colorado. Had a gold glove in 2000, the only gold glove of his career. So he's at first with a leadoff single. Torrealba watches strike one. As Aaron Cook comes set, gets ready for the pitch. Slide step. Goes with the pitch out. But Perez will hang over at first. Perez, not much of a stolen base threat. Only 33 in his Rockies career, 40, or roughly 57 in his entire career. Here's the 1-2 to Torrealba. This one's in the dirt, kicks away a little bit. Perez down to second. Iannetta will pick it up. And so a costly pitch there. That'll go as a wild pitch from Aaron Cook. Moves a runner up into scoring position. And gives Torrealba an RBI chance here in the bottom of the second with nobody out. Cook needs the strikeout here. Checks the runner, kicks and deals. This one's lined into center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Blackman's up with it. He'll just throw it into second. And it's an RBI single for Yorvi Torrealba. And Team World takes a 4-0 lead here in the second inning. Willie Taveras will stand in now. Singled and came around to score. On the Kaz Matsui single. But Team World immediately taking advantage of Aaron Cook here. Pitch misses outside, 1-1. That one misses high, 2-1. Aaron Cook, when Aaron Cook was on, he was on. Virtually unhittable. And I believe an 89 pitch shutout or so. 2-2 evens the count. That one's fouled away. But when he was on, he was on. And he boasted in his career had a 56.6 ground ball rate. Pitch misses, 3-2 the count. Torrealba waits at first. So he was a ground ball machine mixing in that sinker. But he would get blasted a lot of the time as well. Popped up on the infield. Helton will take charge, makes the catch. That's a big out number 1 for Aaron Cook here in the bottom of the second. I'll bring up Kaz Matsui. Here's how the Rockies are defensively. Holiday, Blackman, Bichette in the outfield with Arenado, Tulowitzki, LeMahieu, and Helton on the infield with Chris Iannetta behind the plate. So you got that 2013 infield as the runner takes off for second. Swinging is Matsui. That's going to drop into right field. Torrealba will move up to third. And it's a hit and run for Team World, and it pays off. As that'll put men on the corners with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Aaron Cook just continues to serve up the hits. And Team World utilizing speed and quality base running give themselves a big chance here with Andres Galarraga at the plate. The first pitch to the Big Cat is fouled away. 0-1. Galarraga pop out in the first. But now he bats with 2 on, 1 out. The 0-1 to Galarraga. Called strike at the letters, 0-2. Galarraga, a huge threat here. Slugged .577 in Colorado with 172 home runs. Pitch misses low, 1-2. 172 home runs, 579 RBI in Colorado. Good for a 944 OPS and a 126 OPS plus. So weighing in neutralized park factors, he was still a tremendous slugger during those years in Colorado from 1993 to 1997. Two-time All-Star. Oddly enough, during that era, won the batting title in 93 and a .370 average. Lone time that he won the batting title during his time in Colorado. Had a Silver Slugger in 96. And that as he continues to fight here, fouls off another one, 2-2. Cook can utilize one of his off-speed pitches, force a ground ball double play here. Work into his hand. The pitch. Line dive pass. DJ LeMahieu. That's going to get into the alleyway as Blackman picks it up. Rounding third. Heading into third is Galarraga. The throw, and they got him at the base. So Torrealba scores. Matsui scores. And Galarraga's thrown out, trying to stretch it into a triple. So credit him with the RBI double, and that's going to do it for Aaron Cook, as Team USA is going to go to the bullpen. A rough day for Aaron Cook. Lasts just an inning and 2/3. And he trails 6-0, as Jamie Wright is going to come out of the bullpen and have to eat some innings here for Team USA. Just unfortunate for this team, as he'll face Larry Walker to lead things off. 6-0, Team World leads it. Walker swings through that cutter, 0-1. Solo shot back in the first for the Hall of Famer. Wright winds and delivers. This is a grounder to short. Dive stopped by Tulowitzki. He'll pick it up and eat it, as you won't be able to throw out Larry Walker on that infield single. Another base hit for Walker. I'll bring up Vinny Castilla. Solo home run to right field, or left field. Left field his last time. And here's the first pitch. That misses outside, 1-0. Vinny Castilla out of Mexico. One of the best Mexican-born players ever to play in the major leagues. One of the premier sluggers. Grounded to first. Helton stabs it and takes it to the bag. And mercifully, that'll end the inning. Team World tacks on quite a few. They lead 6-0 as we head to the third. Team USA has a lot of work to do. It's Troy Tulowitzki, the shortstop, will lead things off for Team USA. This Rockies USA team struggling so far against Ubaldo Jimenez. They've gone 6 up, 6 down against Jimenez. Struck out the side in the second, and he gets ahead of Tulo here, 0-1. Tulowitzki, a native out of California. Premier shortstop for the Rockies. Superstar from 2006 to 2015. Before he was traded over to the Toronto Blue Jays. 5-time All-Star, including that 2015 season. As he lifts this one out deep to right field, it's got a chance, and this one is gone. Opposite field home run for Troy Tulowitzki. And Team USA strikes here in the third. They're on the board, 6-1. Well, Tulowitzki got all of that one. This one belt high, sinking a little bit on the off speed. Sends it the other way, 402 feet. Just right about halfway up above the out-of-town scoreboard. So it'll be his double play partner now, DJ LeMahieu. First pitch swinging, grounder over to third. Castilla's got it. And there's out number one. Bring up the catcher, Chris Iannetta. Iannetta doing the catching today out of Rhode Island. First pitch swinging at the fastball, 0-1. Jimenez quickly gets back in there, gets ahead here, 0-1. That's what he'll do. He'll continue to pepper the zone. No fear from Ubaldo Jimenez. Ubaldo Jimenez, the Rockies' ace for a couple years, primarily in that 2010 season, his lone All-Star appearance, where he became the first and only Rocky to start the All-Star game as a pitcher. Went 19-8 that season. Had a spectacular first half. This one's blooped out to left field. Cargo comes in and makes the catch for out number 2. So off the end of the bat, Iannetta can't drop it into left field. Now we'll turn the lineup back over to Blackman. Blackman will line out to right field to start off the game. So he'll look to get something going here with 2 outs. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Ubaldo Jimenez also had that no-hitter in 2010, the only no-hitter in Rockies history. Probably came the closest was a third-place Cy Young Award finisher that season. As Blackman sends this the other way in the shift. That's going to just drift foul. Team World in the shift. Blackman tried to send it the other way. The 1-2 just misses low with the slider, evens the count at 2. Charlie Blackman waits and watches that one outside. 3-2. Ubaldo Jimenez pitching a little bit more carefully here as the Rockies work the count, or as Team USA works the count in their Rockies uniforms. Here's the payoff pitch to Blackman. Got a piece of that one to fight it off. Charlie Blackman nowadays, the current day Todd Helton for the Rockies. A good player, unheralded by a lot of folks. So he draws the walk there, and he's really improved his discipline over the years. And as he's gotten older, especially in 2021 when he didn't have as much protection in the lineup, improved his walk and improved his on-base numbers. So he draws the 2-out walk, sets it up for Trevor Story. First pitch to Story is in there for a called strike. But that's what the Rockies have needed. Unfortunately, kind of a trend they've had in their history. They've had this franchise icon who they just can't quite build around enough to reward them for their years in Colorado. Todd Helton got to the World Series, but they were swept in 4 games. That's about the closest that they've come. But Charlie Blackman has just loved being with the team, and it's been appreciative to have him around for as long as we have. As Jimenez falls behind Trevor Story 3-1. He was part of a great core here in Colorado with Trevor Story, Nolan Arenado, and DJ LeMahieu, but unfortunately, piece by piece, they've fallen away. Story lifts this one up on the infield. Matsui takes a few steps, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But Troy Tulowitzki gets Team USA on the board with a solo shot to right field. Team USA trails this one 6-1. Carlos Gonzalez will lead things off here in bottom of the 3rd for Team World. Singled his last time up. Jamie Wright's in there for his 2nd inning of work. Aaron Cook lasting just an inning and 2/3, giving up 6 runs. And here's the 1-0 to Cargo. Just misses outside, 2-0 with the cutter. Carlos Gonzalez out of Maracaibo, Venezuela. 3-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glover, 2-time Silver Slugger in Colorado. As he's ahead here 3-0. Arrived with the Rockies in 2008 at the trade deadline that sent Matt Holliday over to the Oakland A's. As Cargo works the leadoff walk. It's Jamie Wright now trying to get himself a ground ball double play here with Justin Morneau up to the plate. Morneau a ground out victim in the first. Gonzalez, 2010 was really his season. Came in third in the MVP voting. But he pretty much got into a race with like Joey Votto for the Triple Crown. Led the league in hits. Ended up with 34 home runs, 117 RBIs. But for a time there, he was in the running. The late goings of that year. It's Justin Morneau. Well, he's off that one. 1-1 the count. Throw to first. Gonzalez is back easily. Gonzalez's knees kind of began to wane in the later years of his career. Kind of like Charlie Blackmon. It's that time of playing at Coors Field, the ankle and the knees just sap you of your speed. So he didn't steal as many bases, but he was still a quality hitter. The sliding curve is in there for a called strike. 1-2 on Justin Morneau. 1-2. Got a piece of that one. Fouls it off. Well, Jamie Wright out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Right-hander. Spent 1996 to 99 with the Rockies. As this one's going to bounce through the hole into right field for a base hit. So the two leadoff men are aboard here to start the inning for Team World. As Jamie Wright's pitching himself into a jam. And Nafi Perez will stand in. Base hit his last time up. Wright checks the runner at second, kicks and deals. First pitch swinging is Perez. He'll foul it off. But Jamie Wright came back to the Rockies in 04 and 05. Retired in 2014 as a member of the Dodgers. He got around throughout the league. A 19-year career as a pitcher. Ended up with a 4.81 ERA for his career. Not as successful in Colorado ERA-wise, 5.40. But he cut that down. His FIP was 5.30 as he strikes out Nafi Perez there for out number one. It's a good job of pitching there to get the out. Numbering of Yorvi Torrealba, RBI single his last time up. Another RBI chance here for the catcher. Drops a curve in there, strike one. But Jamie Wright, also not much of a strikeout pitcher during his time in Colorado. 4.3 strikeouts per 9. He actually had more walks than he did strikeouts. 387 walks to 381 strikeouts in his Rockies career. But still a durable, useful pitcher for the organization. Ground ball up the middle. Tulowitzki's got it on to LeMahieu, who returns it to first to end the inning with the double play. So Jamie Wright, despite the first two men getting on, manages to get the next 3 outs. No problem. We head to the top of the fourth. Team World leads 6-1. Third baseman Nolan Arenado will lead things off for Team USA. Ubaldo Jimenez at 43 pitches. Looking to continue just the cruise control that he's got going. Only blemish, the solo shot to Troy Tulowitzki last inning. As he'll start Arenado off with a fastball on the inside half that Arenado swings through. But this time Arenado sends this one down the line. Cargo will get to it quickly. Arenado doesn't run well, so he'll stop at first, and it's a leadoff single for Team USA. Started him off inside and then tried to carry it out a little bit more over the plate, which Arenado is able to rip it into left field. So I'm bringing Todd Helton, strikeout victim his first time up. And he's swinging here and sends this one into left field. Arenado hustling. He'll round second and head to third. Meanwhile, Helton will get into second with a double. So back-to-back hits here for Team USA. They've got something cooking here in the fourth. Helton on the outer half of the plate slaps it the other way. Classic piece of hitting there. And a two men in scoring position for Dante Bichette with nobody out here in the fourth. Jimenez takes the sign, kicks and deals, and gets ahead here 0-1 with the fastball. Dante Bichette spent time as the Rockies hitting coach in 2012 when Walt Weiss took over as manager. He resigned after that season, opting to rather spend more time with his children. And just the hard times that 2012 team had as Bichette lifts this one out to right field. Walker giving chase. He'll make the catch. Tagging is both Arenado and Helton. And the throw comes home, but Arenado scores easily. And it's a sac fly RBI for Dante Bichette. 6-2, Team USA trails. Meanwhile, Todd Helton moves up to third on the plate. So another RBI chance here, this time for Matt Holliday. Looks to drive in his buddy down at third. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. Jimenez getting the outs where he can. He still has that 4-run buffer. So it's okay if you give up a run or two here, but you don't want to give up a lopsided score as Holliday sends this one into the gap in left field. That's going to one-hop the wall. Helton scores easily. Holliday into second with an RBI double. Piece of hitting there from Matt Holliday, up and in. And he turns on it and shoots it into the gap. This Coors Field outfield has such vast area to cover. He found the alleyway, so one out, man at second. Team USA trails 6-3. If Troy Tulowitzki watches a ball up for ball one. Tulowitzki with a solo home run to right field back in the third. That was the first hit against Ubaldo Jimenez. As he's having a little bit of trouble here in the fourth. He evens the count 1-1 with the fastball. See him slowly inch outward from Tulowitzki. Here's the 1-1. Over the plate, this one's quickly hit foul. Third base umpire right on top of it. Jimenez comes set. Here's the 1-2. This one's fouled off the other way. 1-2. What's so fun to see is just these different matchups. Ubaldo facing Jimenez and Holliday and Helton. No former teammates, but also guys like Dante Bichette that he never faced. And on the other end, Aaron Cook facing guys like Larry Walker, Andres Galarraga. There's the 2-2 to Tulowitzki. This one's lined past the second baseman into the gap. Holliday, late start from second. He'll round third. He's going to score easily. And it's another RBI double, this time for Troy Tulowitzki. And Team USA slowly crawling back into this one. They trail 6-4. Just gets it past the outstretched glove of Kaz Matsui at second. And it rolls all the way to the wall. So I'm bringing up DJ LeMahieu with a man at second. One away here. Ubaldo Jimenez sends one over, and LeMahieu will foul it off. 0-1. They broke the seal with Tulowitzki's home run. Then a leadoff single from Arenado, a double by Helton, a sac fly from Bichette, doubles by Holliday and Tulowitzki now. Team USA has scored 3 runs this inning. Now they only trail by 2. Jimenez at 59 pitches. Here's the 0-2 to LeMahieu. And a called strike 3, frozen with a fastball at the letters. 5th strikeout of the game for Ubaldo Jimenez. Big out there. As now there are 2 away with Chris Iannetta coming up to the plate. First pitch to Iannetta. Big hack there at the 2-seamer. Coming up empty. 0-1. Flyout victim in the 3rd. Well, Team World got off to that hot start, leading 6-0. But now, Team USA's offense has come alive. They've scored 3 this inning. And chasing that pitch outside, Iannetta's retired. That'll finally end the inning. But Team USA gets the bats rolling. They string together some doubles. They've now trail 6-4 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Top of the order due up for Team World. Willie Taveras will lead things off for Team World. First pitch to Taveras from Jamie Wright. In there for a called strike. Taveras joined the team for the 2007 and 2008 seasons. Led the league with 68 stolen bases in 2008. Well, that was a career high. More than double than his previous high of 34 back in 2005. So tremendous time in Colorado, especially that 2007 season as he struck out swinging at the slider. 2nd strikeout of the game for Jamie Wright. Nice pitch placement there. Getting him to swing over the slider. So Jamie Wright kind of bringing some stability into this game after Aaron Cook gets roughed up in 2 innings. Matsui's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. He's driven in a run. He scored a run. Here's the 1-0 to Matsui. Called strike on the outside corner with the cutter, 1-1. Matsui came over from the Mets during the 2006 season. Grounder back up the middle, and Matsui is 3 for 3. Yet another single for Matsui. I'll bring up Galarraga. Kazuo Matsui out of Higashi, Osaka, Japan. Pitch out, nothing doing. Matsui in 2006 and 2007 with the Rockies. He stole 37 bags in 2007. His only full season as that pickoff gets away. Matsui will move up to 2nd. And a costly mistake there from Jamie Wright. Trying to keep him close. And throws it off to the right. Past Todd Helton, who can't get to it. So in an effort to keep him close to the bag, ends up giving him 2nd base with 1 out. Here's the 1-0 to Galarraga. That one just misses outside, 2-0. Jamie Wright probably needs to get those pitches down a little more when facing Galarraga. Evidence there. Smacks a cutter foul down the left field line. Do it again. 2-1. Just misses low, 3-1. Larry Walker waits on deck. It's dangerous hitter here, the gauntlet for Jamie Wright. Comes set, checks the runner. Here's the 3-1. Big swing and a miss. That'll run the count full. 3-2. That's a nice swing there from Galarraga. You're up 3-1. You know the kid's got to throw it over the plate. You've got 1 out. Go ahead and swing. As now he goes into fight mode. Waste pitches. Find one, then he can drive. Here's the 3-2 to Galarraga. Misses low, ball 4. So Andres Galarraga works the walk. That'll put runners on first and second with 1 out. And Larry Walker coming up to the plate. Walker 2 for 2. He's got a single and a home run in this one. Had a towering shot to right field his first time up. And he sends this one into center field. In comes Blackman. That's going to drop for a base hit. Throw comes into third, but cut off by Tulowitzki. And it's another RBI single for Larry Walker as Matsui scores. Galarraga moves up to third. Nice piece of hitting there from Larry Walker. As the World Rockies get tacos. Now Vinny Castilla will stand in and watches ball 1. 1 for 2 with a home run for the world third baseman. That one runs inside, 2-0. It's going to be hard to turn a double play here unless it's hit directly at one of the middle infielders. Walker does run well. Pitch up. Trying to check his swing, but the first base umpire says Castillo went around, so 2-1. Vinny Castilla, special assistant for the Rockies nowadays. Spends a lot of time in the dugout, working with the team. Just a good influence to have around, and you know, Vinny probably is a good candidate to become a coach in the big league somewhere as he watches ball 4. So Jamie Wright's loaded the bases here with 1 out in the 4th inning. Well, after Team USA got you back into this game trailing 6-4, you can't let any more get across. Luckily, you have a force at every bag now. Wright has got to either get the pop-up or get a ground ball here. Goes with a curveball low with that in mind. Misses in the dirt, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 to Cargo. That misses outside, 2-0. Carlos Gonzalez will be patient as needed. Walk his last time. Right comes set, can't afford to walk in a run. Here's the 2-0. Grounder, comebacker, and that's going to get through into center field. 1 run scores. The throw goes into third. Not in time as Castilla moves up. Meanwhile, Galarraga and Walker both score. And it's now 9-4, Team World. Circle change on the inner half. And Cargo shoots it back up the middle through the feet of Jamie Wright, who might have slowed it just a little bit, but enough. For now, runners on the corners, 1 out for Justin Morneau. Singled back in the 3rd. This Team USA is struggling to limit the hits. Wright gets his sign. Here's the pitch to Justin Morneau. In there for a called strike. Well, Justin Morneau, he was one of my fan favorites. After Todd Helton retired and he was a free agent and they were looking for their first baseman for the 2014 season. One of the guys at the top of my list was Justin Morneau. Just like Michael Kadire was the year prior. Or a couple years prior, and you just look at how that worked out as a liner over to third. Arenado snags it for out number 2. But he was just a nice, pleasant surprise for Justin Morneau. A veteran hitter, and really proved his worth again in Colorado in those last couple seasons, despite the injuries that kind of ended things finally for him as he got older, and the injuries that kind of plagued him in Minnesota in his last years there. But he was one of those top guys that I just loved having on the team. Nice, quiet, humble guy, and it was nice because he was sort of a reflection of Larry Walker, since that he asked Walker for permission to wear number 33. He was the last Rocky to wear 33 before they finally retired it. As Perez sends this one out to left field. Holiday makes the catch. But Morneau, one of my favorite Rockies to ever play for the team, even if just for a little amount of time. Team World adds on a couple more. They lead 9-4 as we head to the 5th. Top of the order due up for Team USA. Charlie Blackmon will lead things off for Team USA. A walk back in the 3rd. Really helped start a rally for the team in the 4th. Or helped kind of start trying to spark things for the team. He's quickly behind 0-2 as Jimenez continues to pepper the top half of the zone with fastballs. Here's the 0-2 to Blackmon. Fights off that pitch, 0-2. It was well outside, but Blackmon, with that 0-2 count, you got to make up your mind. If you see one close, you got to swing at it. That's what Blackmon's doing. Gets a little wiser there to lay off 1-2. A good eye by Charlie Blackmon. Ubaldo Jimenez winds and deals. Tying him up in knots with a slider. The back foot slider, 7th strikeout of the game for Jimenez. Blackmon gets tied up in knots for the first out of the inning. Bring up Trevor Story, 0-2 for the Texas native. First pitch in there for a called strike. Trevor Story, he's the big story for this coming off season. Once the lockout ends, if and when it ends, he's going to be one of the names that's going to quickly fall off the board of the free agent market, along with Carlos Correa. A lot of suitors for Story who a lot of teams are hoping could get him at a little bit more of a discount than, say, Carlos Correa or what Corey Seager went for. Story did have that down year in 2021. A little bit. Watches that one 2-1. But Seattle could use him. The Astros could use him. Texas, or not Texas, I meant the Yankees. Oh, but even Colorado, they've expressed interest in bringing him back. I'm not sure that would ever happen. But perhaps he takes the one-year deal, bets on himself like Marcus Semien did. And this one's lined over to first. Galarraga coming out of the shift makes the catch. 4 out, number 2. Smoked it the other way to try to beat the shift. But just enough for Galarraga to take a few running steps for out number 2. Numbering of Nolan Arenado. Single came around to score his last time up. Provides an opportunity now with 2 outs. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. But Story, it would be nice to see him come back to Colorado just because we need a shortstop. But I don't think anybody's going to blame him if he goes somewhere else. Just with the disarray that has happened with the Rockies organization. And just the bad PR and everything that's happened to him over the past couple years. Grounder to third. Castilla dives, picks it up, and throw on to first to end the inning. So one Gold Glove third baseman grounds out to another high-quality third baseman in Vinny Castilla. The throw from his knees, that'll end the 5th. Team World leads 9-5 as Team USA is going to head to the bullpen. They're going to get Curtis Leskanik to take over on the mound. Jorvi Torrealba will lead things off. Curtis Leskanik out of Homestead, Pennsylvania. Kicks and deals a big winding delivery from Leskanik. Skanek spent 7 years in Colorado from 1993 to 1999. Pitched in 356 games. Finished 110. Only had 20 saves in his career. Did have 11 starts. Went 31-20 with a 4.92 ERA. Had a league-leading 76 game appearances in 1995. Also a career low, or a Rockies career low, 3.40 ERA in 1995. And a career-high 98 innings pitched out of the bullpen as he walks Yorvi Torrealba to start off the fifth for Team World. So Willie Taveras now will stand in. First pitch in there. 0-1 as Scott Oberg warms up in the bullpen. This one shot the other way. Well, Curtis Leskanik was just one of the the weirdo, wacky bullpen guys in Rockies history. Here's the 0-2. Line foul. And coming out of Drew Goodman's book, If These Walls Could Talk, stories from the Colorado Rockies dugout, locker room, and press box, he shares some of these stories that Leskanik's antics with the Rockies as he drops one there to get the strikeout on Willie Taveras. Nice pitch there. Right around the knees. Gets him to swing through it, so one away here. But one of my favorites stories, this one's sent out to center field. Blackman gives chase. He'll make the catch. 2 away. Talking with Jerry DiPoto, mentions that the first time he met him, they were going to be rookies in Cleveland in A-ball. And he meets him in the hotel. He's in the middle of a bubble bath. There for a called strike. But one of my favorites, though, if I can find it here. So he was a big Steelers fan and trying to light the mood. He gets onto the treadmill with his Steelers helmet and just starts running. And would just not be wearing anything, running on this treadmill in the clubhouse, just kind of loosen things up. An eccentric guy, effective, but known for keeping things loose. And you need guys like that on a team to keep things loose in the bullpen, and also in the clubhouse. In a 162-game season, it is a grind, and during the struggles and the hard times, it's important to have a guy that can kind of keep things loose, and make guys laugh, loosen up a bit, stop pressing so much as they play. Payoff pitch to Galarraga. Fights off that one, 3-2. Grounded. This one's foul. Another foul ball. Another foul ball. Another one. Leskanik comes into pitch when the Rockies were losing, or one of the crazy Coors Field games. 20 runs have been scored as this one's sent out to deep center field. Blackman giving chase to the wall. This one's gone. 3-run shot. Andres Galarraga, the big cat. Dead center field. And Team World continues to rake in this game. As they now lead 11-4. I guess that was just a 2-run shot. 2-run shot, 436 feet to dead center field. Into the fountains. That'll bring up Larry Walker here on the bottom of the 5th. 11-4 the score. First pitch in the outside corner, 0-1. I was saying, Leskanic at Coors Field against the Mariners. The Rockies would end up winning 16-11, but it's a blowout. So he drops a big bender there, 0-2. Leskanic comes in and hits a 457-foot home run to left field. And and here's some of the Rockies recalling this story that as soon as he hits it, as he strikes out Larry Walker here to win the 5th, Andres Galarraga with a 2-run shot extends Team World's lead 11-4. So we head to the 6th. Still a lot of work to do for Team USA if they want to crawl back into this thing. Todd Helm will lead things off for Team USA here in the 6th against Ubaldo Jimenez, who's still in there. But anyway, Leskanic, as soon as he hits it, he immediately drops the bat and does, kind of imitates Dante Bichette. He pops out and takes a big loop towards the dugout. As soon as he does that, imitates Ricky Henderson, tugging at his jersey. And in each step he takes, he's imitating other famous players and their antics around the bases, and just a goofy guy. And a very effective reliever in Colorado, very effective, or at least durable. You could turn to multiple times during the week. 1-2 to Helton. This one sent out to deep left field. Cargo get a jump on it. Back to the wall. This one's gone. The Todd father blasts one to left field. Drifting enough. The Oppo Taco for Todd Helton. Gets at least one back for Team USA. They trail 11-5. Late swing. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, and Helton drives it the other way, 418 feet, 103 miles per hour off the bat. So that was not a cheap home run. I'm going to bring up Dante Bichette. Bichette 0 for 1. Sac fly and an RBI. There's the 1-0. And he rips this one down the line into left field. Cargo giving chase. And he'll make the catch on the run. Now number 1, hung up just enough. As Bichette turned on it to rope it to left. Up and in. Hung the curveball. Bichette got around on it. Hung up just enough for Gonzalez to run it down. I'm going to bring up Matt Holliday. RBI double in this one. This game's been going on for a while. 11-5 the score. Top of the 6th. Ubaldo Jimenez still in there. 83 pitches. Another swing and a miss. 0-2. Aaron Cook started this game for Team USA. Lasted just an inning and 2/3. Jamie Wright then took over. And then they're now on Kurt Leskanic for Team USA. Meanwhile, Team World has just continued to send Ubaldo Jimenez out there as he strikes out Matt Holliday. 8th strikeout of the game for Jimenez, who just continues to just cool, calm, and collected head out there and just throw strikes. And that's really all you can ask for from one of your pitchers. I'll bring up Tulowitzki, 2 for 2 in this one. Home run and a double in. That runs inside, ball one. Tulowitzki enjoying a good outing. The 1-0 to Tulo, runs inside 2-0. Ubaldo Jimenez trying to establish that inside part of the plate. That's where he's been going against Tulowitzki in this game in the previous two at-bats. So when he gets it over the plate, the Tulowitzki's done some damage. Goes on the outer half now. Swings through it, 2-1. Good pitch placement there. Pitch to Tulowitzki runs high, and he's in the driver's seat here, 3-1. DJ LeMahieu waits on deck. Three runs bounced foul. 3-2 the count now. Payoff pitch to Tulowitzki. And ripped over to third, but snagged out of the air by Vinny Castilla. Battle in the inning, but Todd Helton gets a run back for Team USA. A solo shot to left field. As Team USA now trails 11-5 as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Speaking of Vinny Castilla, he'll lead things off here in the bottom of the sixth. Had a solo home run back in the first as part of a back-to-back jacks with Larry Walker. Curtis Laskanik still in there for Colorado. One and 0. The 1-0 fastball over the plate, fouled away, fouled back by Vinny Castilla. Well, my brother, in a game at Coors Field this year, kind of managed to get seats sitting there behind home plate. Went to college, played college ball with Mike Jasperson, the Rockies strength and conditioning coach, and managed to meet Vinny Castilla. And so my brother, who's a Spanish teacher, was talking to him in Spanish, asked him when Vinny was going to become a manager one day. Because you see that the players love Vinny Castilla. And what a pleasure it is for him to be in that dugout with all those young guys, especially the Latin and Hispanic players. Him being that influence on them, inspiring them, and teaching them about the game. What a perfect opportunity for him. And it would be amazing to see Vinny, has those credentials, has that knowledge where he would probably be a very effective manager or even just a bench coach in some capacity. As he taps one in front of the mound, Laskanik's got it. He'll throw on to first for out number one. But Vinny, perhaps just him being involved with the Rockies in any aspect is very good. And he's an example of other players that could and should come and interact with the Rockies in some aspect. Come back as part of their playing days. Carlos Gonzalez, for one, is a perfect example of that, where he's infectious. The Rockies are missing that personality. And perhaps he would be somebody, somewhere down the line, like Troy Tulowitzki, Matt Holliday, come back and share that coaching knowledge to a new generation of Rockies players, whether it be helping with a minor league team or, again, being one of the special assistants to the Rockies organization, helping out in the dugout. Here's the 2-1 to Cargo. That misses up and in, 3-1. Morneau waits on deck. It would just be nice to see sometimes that nostalgia of guys that played here in Colorado and had success. It's important to keep those guys connected with the club. One, to help morale, but really to help the culture of the organization and help the players understand that, yes, I can be successful here in Colorado and on the road, and here's how I can do it. And here's guys that have done it. You can learn a lot from history. The history we study in school, you can learn a lot from looking at your own history as an organization. Carlos Gonzalez draws the walk with 1 out, so he's at first. Justin Morneau watches ball 1. Morneau's 1 for 3. Leskanic comes set. Here's the 1-0. Rips this one into right field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Bichette giving chase. Hustling his cargo. He'll round third. The throw comes home. Not in time as Carlos Gonzalez scores easily. An RBI double for Justin Morneau. The designated hitter getting it done. He rips this one into the gap in right field. And that's going to end it for Leskanic as Team USA now will turn to Scott Oberg. Scott Oberg, the more recent pitcher on this staff, along with Kyle Freeland, John Gray for Team USA. First pitch to Nafi Perez, misses outside, 1-0. Scott Oberg debuted in 2015 with the Rockies. He pitched in every year since, but hasn't pitched since 2019 as injuries and blood clots in his pitching arm have sidelined him for the past 2 seasons and likely may have ended his career, as his career still hangs in the balance. We haven't heard much word out of what's happening with Scott Oberg, what his intentions are for 2022. But he's another perfect example as he strikes out Nafi Perez here with a fastball at the top of the zone. But in 2018 and 2019, Scott Oberg was one of the best relievers in baseball, specifically for the Rockies. 2.45 ERA and a 2.25 ERA in 2018 and 2019, respectively. So Matt Belisle warms up in the Team USA bullpen. But he's another one of those guys in the 2021 season. He kind of spent the year learning the other side of baseball, scouting in the front office, drafting, coaching, mentoring and that type of thing. And if things happened where he's not able to pitch again at the big league level, he could stick around with the Rockies organization and be a valuable member of the team. Gets the pop-up here over to right field. Bichette makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Scott Oberg closes the door, but a RBI double from Justin Morneau gives Team World a 12-5 lead as we head to the 7th. DJ LeMahieu will lead things off for Team USA. LeMahieu 0 for 2, the strikeout and a ground out in this one. As Ubaldo Jimenez still out there for Team World. Fights that one off for strike one. 92 pitches for Jimenez. Bouncer to short. Perez backhands. Off throw to first. Got him in time. 1 away. Nice job there by Perez. A high-quality shortstop with the glove. Again, earned a gold glove while in Colorado. So Chris Iannetta now will stand in 0 for 2. Watches that one low, ball 1. 94 pitches for Jimenez as he has continued to cruise through this game. Aside from a couple of home runs and some doubles, the 5 runs allowed really isn't an indication of how good he's been for Team World in this game. Bounces in the dirt, 2-1. He's continued to pepper the zone, throw strikes, and it's been very effective. That runs outside, 3-1 as he falls behind to Chris Iannetta. 12-5, Team World leads it. Ubaldo Jimenez closes in on 100 pitches. Charlie Blackmon waits on deck. Got to imagine that he doesn't have much left in the tank, as Iannetta sends this one out to deep right field. Back goes Walker to the wall, and he makes the catch just in front of the auxiliary party booth there in right field, as Walker acknowledges the fans out there. So 2 outs after a long out number 2 for Charlie Blackmon. Blackmon 0 for 2 with a walk. He hasn't had much action otherwise. Takes a called strike there, 0-1. Another 0-1 delivery to Charlie Blackmon. Gets underneath this one, pops it up on the infield. Perez will make the catch in the shift to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down as Ubaldo Jimenez is through 7 innings. We head to the bottom half, 12-5, World leads it. Leading off for Team World, Willie Taveras stand in 1 for 4 as Scott Oberg is still out there for Team USA. Gets ahead here 0-1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 the count. Pitch to Taveras, bouncer to short. Tulowitzki grabs it, throw on to first. And an easy out number 1. He gets the speedy Taveras. Tulowitzki always made shortstop just look so effortless. With the fadeaway jump throws, the spin moves up the middle, the dives, the bare hands, everything. Help revolutionize and modernize what we know as shortstop today. A slugging, tall, athletic individual who can just make play after play. And we had the opportunity to watch him for many years in Colorado and just never got old watching him make play after play at shortstop. (2-0) the count on Matsui as Oberg kicks and deals. And a called strike at the letters, 2-1. Nice pitch there. A 2-1 to Matsui. Jammed him inside. Shallow center field behind second base. LeMahieu will range over to make the catch. And now there's 2 away. Bring up the big cat. Andres Galarraga, 2-run shot his last time up. He's also got a double and 4 runs driven in. Here's the first pitch to the big cat. And a go-ahead pitch here, 0-1. Scott Oberg, the man without fear on the mound. The Rockies bullpen has suffered without him the past couple seasons. By some miracle, the clots weren't bothering anymore. He would be a huge asset to the team going forward. They had signed him to that extension, but they haven't been able to see him pitch at all.
I got the count 1 and 2.
And it's just heartbreaking because he is such a good guy, a good player. It's an arm you miss in the bullpen. The 1-2 to Galarraga. Just misses low, ball 2. Tried to freeze him with the changeup at the knees, but Galarraga lays off. He'll do it again, 2-2. Inside, ball 3. Larry Walker waits on deck. 3-2 the count. Oberg comes set, kicks and deals. And Galarraga fouls this one off the other way. Another payoff pitch coming to Galarraga. Oberg winds and deals. And another foul pitch, another pitch fouled away. As again, Galarraga gets ready to swing. Pitch, and yet another one fouled away. Staying alive here Count remains 3-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Team World leading 12-5. And that one misses ball 4, so he'll win the at-bat. Oberg with the walk. I'll bring up Larry Walker with 2 outs. So Walker 3 for 4. He's had a quality game. First pitch to Walker, called strike to the knees. 0-1. Galarraga walked. He's at first. Here's the 0-1. Should for the outside corner, misses. Ball 1. 1-1 the count on the Hall of Famer Larry Walker. Another one fouled away, 1-2. Larry Walker, it's such a relief to be able to say that he's a Hall of Famer now. After being on the ballot for 10 years, gets in on his final year of eligibility. The 1-2. Got underneath it, out to left field. Holiday with a few steps back, makes the catch. Now that'll end the inning. Scott Oberg issues the walk, but no damage done. We head to the 8th. Team USA still trailing 12-5. 2-3 forward, due up for the USA. Juan Nicasio will come in now and replace Ubaldo Jimenez on the mound. Juan Nicasio, the hard-throwing righty. First pitch to Story in there for a called strike. Here's the 0-1 to Trevor Story. Nicasio misses high, ball 1. 1 Nicasio. Carlos Estevez warms up in the World bullpen. Nicasio spent time with the Rockies from 2011 to 2014, native of San Francisco de Macorís, Dominican Republic. As Story can hold up there, it's 1-2. Spent primarily as a starter. 2013, he made 31 starts and 157 innings pitched. Story sends one out deep to center field, but Taveras makes the catch. And there's out number 1 to start the 8th. Bring up Arenado. Juan Nicasio gets things done. I think one of the most notable things about Juan Nicasio that we think of is when he took a line drive comebacker off the head that knocked him down, and he ended up breaking his neck when he slumped onto the mound. And just a scary moment that happened at Coors Field, and miraculously made a full recovery and continued to pitch for the Rockies for a couple more years and continued to pitch in his career. As Arenado sends one out to right, Walker makes the catch. But an inspiring thing that he was able to come back and continue his big league career, have some success around the league in other teams. Fortunately, he hasn't pitched since didn't pitch in 2021, the big league level, but still, that's what I'll always remember him for, is coming back from that horrific injury, scary, life-threatening injury, able to fight all his way back and come back and continue to be an effective big league pitcher. 1-0 to Todd Helton, misses high, 2-0. And just like we see with Antonio Senzatella today, Juan Nicasio only really pitched with a fastball, maybe a changeup or a curveball, something like that. But primarily was just using a fastball at the big league level. And then, over the years, we got to see him develop more, develop other pitches, and become more than just a thrower, but become a pitcher. And that's always fun to see in these young arms that come up, that have always gotten by. I'm going to throw 97, 99 on the gun, but now I need to develop other pitches. And that's always fun to see. And when they do it successfully, kind of like Senzatella's done, and something that's kind of like Juan Nicasio did. Counts full on Todd Helton, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, 12-5 the score. Team World leading it. Pitch called, strike 3. Todd Helton didn't agree with it, but he strikes out Helton, and that'll end the 8th for Team USA. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Team World easily leading this one, 12-5. Vinny Castilla will lead things off. 1 for 3, solo homer. He's made some nice plays over at third base in this one. Pitch misses high, 1-0. Again, this will be a best-of-5 series between Team USA and Team World. Team World will be the home team for all 5 games. Deep in the hole to short. Tulowitzki easily backhands and throws on to first. 1 away to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Scott Oberg still on the mound for Team USA. Carlos Gonzalez, 2 for 2. He's got a pair of singles. Everybody in the Team World lineups had a good day. First pitch misses inside. 1-0. Here's the 1-0 to Gonzalez. That runs high, 2-0. Carlos Gonzalez is one of those guys that's just unfortunate that he just kind of fell out of the picture in baseball. For a stretch, he was one of the best, one of the baseball's best and brightest. And then after 2018, just sort of unceremoniously faded away. He spent time with the Cubs, with Cleveland. Was going to be with Seattle, or was in spring training with Seattle in 2020. But then was not part of the summer camp in the ramp up to the 60-game season. Fouls this one off. And so then he just sort of more or less retired. Spends time with his wife and his twin girls. He's focusing on being a dad nowadays. Called strike 3 at the knees. Scott Oberg with the fastball. Gets it in there. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. That'll bring up Justin Morneau. Morneau's 2 for 4. A double and a single. Drove in a run his last time up. Made it 12-5. First pitch to Morneau. Broken bat out to shallow center field. LeMahieu makes the catch. That's a tough play, but LeMahieu with that gold glove gets it done. That'll end the inning. 3 outs to go. Last chance for Team USA. They trail by 7. As Bichette, Holiday, and Tulowitzki will face Juan Nicasio here in the top of the 9th. Ubaldo Jimenez goes 7 innings. Allows just 5 runs. As Bichette now will lead things off. Nicasio sets and deals in there for a called strike. We will have I believe Jason Jennings will go next for Team USA in Game 2. Bichette's behind 0-2. And it's either Jorge De La Rosa or Pedro Estacio will pitch game number 2 for Team World. I believe it's Estacio. Trying to mix in some of these other lineups. Get other guys some chances, some looks here in the series. So then it's just not the same 9 every time. It's on the bench for Team USA, you've got Dexter Fowler, Eric Young Sr., Clint Barmas, and Joe Girardi. And then for Team World, you've got Willeen Rosario waiting on deck, Miguel Olivo, Raimel Tapia, Tapper in front of the mound. Bichette hustling, but Torrealba gathers it in, throws on to first, 1 away. And I want to say there may be one other I'm not thinking of. I'm sure there's somebody else I'm not thinking of. The called strike there. 0-1. Juan Uribe. Here's the 0-1 to Holiday. Called strike there. He's quickly behind 0-2. Nicasio, you got the 7-run lead. Just fire strikes over the plate. Doesn't matter, just get outs. They hit it, let them hit it. Here's the 0-2 to Holiday. Outside, 1-2, tried to get him to chase the slider, but Holiday wisely lays off. Try it again, 1-2. Goes with the slider again outside, but Holiday not biting. 2-2 the count. Matt Holiday showing some high quality patience here. It's another 2-2 pitch. And runs outside again, and the count's full. 3 straight sliders outside. Holiday lays off them all. And now, payoff pitch coming to Matt Holiday. Bouncer to third. Vinny Castilla's got it. He'll throw on to first. And 2 away now here in the top of the 9th. Team USA down to their final out. In this game, they have just been overmatched by the Team World pitching. Ubaldo Jimenez cruised through 7 innings. Despite giving up 5 runs, he still was masterful throughout the game. And Juan Nicasio now on the verge of throwing 2 clean innings. Troy Tulowitzki watches ball 1 outside. Turns on this one, just foul down the line to the left of the bag. So we'll try it again. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Tulowitzki. Fastball runs high, 2-1. Tulowitzki is one that, I wish he could have stayed healthy, because it was just so fun to watch him hit. Because he was that premier slugger at short. And when he was on, he would go on a tear and single-handedly carry the team. 3-1 popped up, and that one's going to run foul. So their Team USA down to their final strike here. 3-2 the count. Here's the pitch to Tulowitzki. Sends this one high, deep right field. This one's got a chance. Walker to the wall, makes the catch. Team World wins Game 1 of this best-of-5 series by a score of 12-5. Ubaldo Jimenez throws 7 strong innings, and the offensive output by Team World, they score 12 runs on 16 hits. Meanwhile, Team USA scores 5 runs on 6 hits. They enjoyed home runs from Larry Walker, Vinny Castilla, and Andres Galarraga. Again, just high-quality performances from a number of their guys through the lineup with multiple multi-hit games. Meanwhile, Team USA enjoys a solid performance from Tulowitzki on the day, as well as home runs from Todd Helton. But stellar defense and pitching for Team USA gets the job done. Andres Galarraga is your player of the game. Went 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, and drove in 4. Larry Walker goes 3 for 5 with a home run and a pair of runs driven in. Vinny Castilla with a home run. Justin Morneau goes 2 for 5 with a double and a run scored, or an RBI. Over on Team USA, Tulowitzki 2 for 4 with a home run, a double, a pair of runs driven in. Todd Helton goes 2 for 4 with a home run and a double. Matt Holliday had a double. Arnado with a hit and a run scored. But from the get-go, Team World scores 6 runs in the first and second inning to take a 6-0 lead. Team USA slowly began to chip away, scoring 4 runs between the third and the fourth inning. But then that would be it for the majority of the game as Team World continued to tack on 3 more in the bottom of the fourth, 2 more in the fifth, and 1 more in the sixth. And then their pitching just shut the door. Ubaldo Jimenez, winning pitcher, goes 7 innings, allows 5 runs on 6 hits, struck out 8 with 1 walk. Meanwhile, Aaron Cook takes the loss, lasts just an inning and 2/3, allows 6 runs on 9 hits. So that'll do it here for Game 1 of our Team USA versus Team World Rockies Baseball Classic. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Again, this has been Skylar Timmons calling the action for you. You can find this episode here on Purple Row or on the Sideline Crowd YouTube channel. You can also find me on Twitter at @sideline_crowd, and be sure to follow @Purple Row, where you can find all of our latest articles and find everything over on purplerow.com. But hope you enjoyed it. It's been an exciting matchup as Team World takes the early advantage here in this best-of-5 series. Again, the final score here, Team World wins it 12-5.